Jingle bells, Keely smells, funnel stabbed a guy. Austin says, eat my ass, and Zach don't know why. Jingle bells, Keely smells, Shane is really chilled. Daryl screamed, Poop City, and Crumb's boner is killed. What's up, guys? It's a podcast.
What the hell?
What's
When you
up?
said you were gonna sing a Christmas song, I was, I guess, expecting something different.
No, that's it. I wrote that when I was drunk.
Jesus.
So, what's up, guys? It's a podcast. Who do we have this week? It's Crumb, Funnel, and Daryl. Hi, Daryl.
Yeah.
What's up?
So, this is a Christmas podcast.
Yay.
So, that's great.
It's such a good holiday.
That's great. That's great for the audio listeners. Anyways, so what are you guys doing for Christmas?
I'm not really sure.
What do you mean you're not sure?
I might do some family things. Well, we really don't have plans. We just have plans to freaking get up, open up presents, probably. If we still even do that. I don't know. And then freaking just, I guess, just finish the day.
Okay. I know, like, Christmas Eve, I'm going to go down to my grandma's house, have, like, pizza, wings, and beer. And we're going to give presents to, like, all the kids. And then Christmas Day, probably just going to hang out with the family. And I think then we go back to my grandma's and we're going to have ham or something for Christmas Day. I'm also seeing Star Wars for the second time on Christmas Eve morning. I saw it already, and I'm going to go see it again. Have you guys seen that movie yet? Oh,
Nope.
dude, it's so good. Way better than the prequels. Like, it makes the prequels look even worse now.
It makes the prequels look
Oh,
even
yeah.
worse. Just like, fuck the prequels.
I saw it.
Prequels are garbage.
I saw it opening day at like 9 a.m. And then, like, the second the credits rolled, I looked at my friends and I'm like, "So when are we watching this again?" And the answer to that is this Thursday. Don't worry, there's gonna be no spoilers about Star Wars in this podcast, except that Mace Windu is black and Vader's Luke's father.
Spoilers!
Oh, and also a new spoiler. There's a new,
Yeah, I
there's a
didn't know
new black
that.
guy in the Star Wars universe. So that makes like what, 3?
There really isn't any,
No.
is there? Like,
At least this one's a main character.
Racist!
It's not
So-
racist. It's the truth. You know, I've been on such like a Star Wars high lately. Like, I've even started playing Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic again. Man, I love that game.
very
Yeah.
old is that game?
Oh, dude, it's got to be at least like 12, 13 years now. But it still holds up. You know, there's been rumors going around that they're going to remake that for fourth quarter of 2016. It's supposed to be like the new release of that. And I hope that's true. Because I'm still playing it on my Xbox original. I still have it. And it's still such a great game.
Never played it.
You know, and I think about it every once in a while to, like, you know, let you borrow Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. And Battlefront 1 and 2. But then I realized that those games are my babies, and if anything happened to them, you would fucking die. So I'm not taking that chance.
You could try.
No.
Take you on.
I mean, Funnel, all I have to do is be like, hey, Funnel, here's a new bottle of Everclear. And then I just bide my time. You alcoholic son of a bitch. You know, alcohol makes a great Christmas gift. Like, I gave a bottle of rum to my one buddy and, like, a few liters of wine to my other. And it's just such a great Christmas gift because you know that's what they're going to spend their money on anyways.
Yep.
So it's like, you know, like, hey,
Oh, I got a gift card.
this one's on me. All right, so I feel like I should point this out,
Definitely.
seeing as this is what our 9th podcast, and I know that we've been missing some of the podcast uploads. It's because we've been having, I don't know, what would you call it? Like staffing changes. Like we now have me doing the editing now, and I'm not that good at it. So we're basically having huge administration changes for Assorted Wares. You know, so we're trying to work through it. So don't worry. You know, we're gonna keep up with our weekly uploads, but we kind of got a little fucked up last couple of weeks. So, but don't worry, everything's fine. We worked everything out. We staffed accordingly, and it's okay. I only spent hundreds upon hundreds of dollars to be able to make sure that we can staff accordingly. Not that I'm bitter about it at all,
Yay.
because you can't hear that in my voice.
Who would be?
I mean, I know it's a podcast, and I'm supposed to be drinking because it's a podcast, but I'm also drinking because of probably that reason as well. You know, I said I wrote that Christmas song when I was drunk. You know what I'm getting really fucking tired of? I'm tired of drunk me pulling pranks on sober me, because it's the worst. Because, I don't know, I believe that people are different people, like, you know, versus drunk versus sober. I've even got the mentality of, like you know, like W-2s. Like, they're already at my work. I'm like, fuck that. That's future Matt's problem. I don't care. But, I don't know. Drunk me has just been a fucking prick lately. Because I found, like, my Turtle Beach headset and my controller in the fucking freezer the other night. My glasses were in my sink for no reason at all. I don't know why, but drunk me likes to hide things from sober me. And it's really annoying.
You threw up on him.
I don't know, Funnel, did you ever do that?
Every once in a while. But it's more of like I was drunk and I misplaced something or something. I remember one time I had to go to work without my glasses because I couldn't fucking find them.
Man, that's the
That was a
worst,
bad
yeah.
night. Because I'm not as blind as you
Yeah,
are,
I'm kind of fucked.
but I still need my fucking glasses. Like,
You know, I think Daryl's dead. Yeah, Daryl's dead.
yeah, probably.
Daryl died a long time ago.
Daryl's missing his legs.
He
I'm
couldn't
not
handle
gonna
it.
handle.
Daryl's missing his legs.
Daryl is definitely missing his legs.
All right, well, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Keely is also not in this podcast as well. I'm not going to make excuses for him. Because fuck Keely.
No excuses to
Yeah.
be made.
I mean, it's not like we surprise you with, like, when we're going to record. It's only, like, the same time every week. So,
Exactly.
I was going to save some of this for when Keely was supposed to be on, but fuck that. Because I want to ask you guys, how do Canadians masturbate? I'm actually asking, how do Canadians masturbate? Funnel, how do you think Canadians masturbate? Daryl, one of you.
Canadians masturbate. That is actually a hard
I
question.
like to believe that they just look in a mirror and
assume
just
with maple
apologize to
syrup.
themselves.
And just apologize.
Yeah, just look in the mirror and apologize to
fuck?
themselves.
I'm like, I'm so sorry that I'm doing this to you right now. It's okay. It's okay. Just keep it up. Just keep it up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Daryl making it real.
Oh my gosh.
So, can I get on the
go
gaming end
ahead.
of stuff for a minute?
You know, to be brutally honest, just real
Minecraft.
fast. No, I'm so cool with you like taking this because normally I've got like a whole list of notes that keeps us like on some sort of topic. I don't have that this week, so you know.
Topics. It's topics.
I mean, that's what keeps the podcast moving. I mean, like right now.
Fuck the podcast.
Yeah. Fuck Keely.
Anyway, so Minecraft. They just had a fairly big update. for Xbox. And I've actually been playing it kind of a lot
Yeah, I
again.
noticed.
They've added some pretty interesting things. One of the things I've been waiting to see forever was like the slime block. Um, they even changed some of the redstone logic stuff and all that.
Change the redstone logic stuff. Hey, Daryl. What do you
what's
think
up?
funnel means by they changed the redstone logic stuff?
I have no idea. They changed the redstone logic stuff.
How redstone works.
How does it work? I like to believe it's magic.
I assume magic as well. I do. I know that you need an input in order to get an output, but that's about as much as that's pretty much about as much
It
as I
sounds like
know.
electricity.
Kind of fumbled over my words there.
Dude, I've been fumbling my
But,
words so hard lately.
Been drinking too
I
much.
think it is. I think that alcohol has now ruined the speech of my brain.
Probably
Good
has.
speech.
Probably has. You probably like.
Daryl's just like,
Well-
you drunk motherfuckers.
Funnel, you drink Everclear
You
straight.
non-drinker. Yeah, don't judge me.
I'm not judging you.
Don't
I'm just
judge him.
pointing
I
out
don't-
facts.
Or you can, I
Yeah.
don't care.
You know, speaking of fucking booze, man, this 25 shots of Christmas is killing me. I took on too much here. I don't even know what today's date is. The 21st, dude. It's still not over. Like, funnel. I went 53 days straight in college, drunk off my ass. 53 days straight. I can't even do one shot a day for 25 days now. I think I'm getting old.
Better you're getting weak.
Yeah, probably the second one.
Mhm.
You know, because I got invited to a New Year's Eve party, and I'm like, well, it depends if I'm working the first or not. Like, you know, like me working the 1st of January is going to depend on how drunk I get. And my friend Jade was sitting right next to me. She's like, pussy. And I'm like, you don't even drink. And she's like, well, yeah, you work night shift, don't you? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, well, you got all fucking day to sleep that off. It's like, pussy. But I'm like, you don't understand. I used to like never get hungover. And like now, like if I've had more than like 3 drinks, my head hurts for like 2 days straight. I don't know why.
That is one thing I'm noticing is hangovers are like a lot more intense when I get
Yeah,
them.
and they
Like
last
they're
longer.
super bad for me anymore.
And I even take the same precautions. Like I
Not
drink a
really.
shit ton of water. I eat greasy food and shit before and after drinking and whatnot, and it still happens anyways. You know, so I have no idea, man. Just hangovers are just the worst. Like how anybody's an alcoholic when they're in their 40s, I have no idea how the fuck you're doing it. I can't even like maintain one shot a day and I'm 22. Oh, this is
Well, at that point, you've committed.
yeah. So what games came out recently? I think that new Ark game or whatever came out on the Xbox. Who played
Yep.
that?
Yep, it has. I've been playing the hell out of that game. That game is severely fun. Like, I've been ruining my freaking sleep schedule permanently. Like, I'm permanent. My sleep schedule is permanently
You know,
ruined. It's
I'm
just done
offended
with. It's over.
because you wouldn't do a Let's Play with us one week because you said you didn't want to fuck up your sleep schedule. Yet a new game comes out, and like here we are. So a game is more important than us.
I didn't think about that game. I didn't know. I didn't know the game is that more important than you. I didn't know. I said I wanted somebody else to
You know,
do
actually, yeah.
the Let's Play instead of me.
I do have to give you
I've been doing a lot of
credit.
stuff lately with you guys.
because before we do the podcast, like a few days before, I get a hold of a bunch of people and I ask for people who want to volunteer for the podcast. And then if we get more than like 5 people, then that's when I make my cuts for who I don't want on. And last week, nobody showed up. And this week, everybody volunteered, but nobody showed up. And Daryl, you said, you know, something to me like this morning saying that you want to give someone else a chance to be on the podcast because you've been on the podcast so much. And yet, like, when it came around for us to start recording this, I had to message you and say, hey, podcast, I need people. And you got right off that art game to come over and do this podcast. I mean, even Zach wouldn't do that. Zach was up for like 3 days straight. He said he wanted to do the podcast. His ass is passed out right now. So, thank you, Daryl, for knowing your priorities and having integrity. You know, I haven't even gotten a hold of Keely at all, like, the last couple of days. Only to, like, wake up to a message that tells me that he's not going to have the podcast this week. I mean, not that he volunteered for it anyways, because, as I said, you know, how many people do we have on our roster now? Like, 11? 10 or 11?
We got a few.
We got quite a few people, and we were having this conversation before we started it, saying, you know, my fear was with all these people, when we would do the podcast every week, we'd have to make cuts and tell people, no, you can't be on it and whatever, because we'd have all these people who'd want to do it. And actually, we just can't staff a podcast.
Yeah.
We even have our one friend, Red, who was in our first Minecraft Let's Play. He's been begging to be on the podcast for like 3 weeks now. And then we finally gave him the opportunity. Didn't even show up today.
Well, it happens. I mean, you just gotta, you know, try to make it work past it.
That's what we do. So I'm looking into hosting our podcast onto several other, whatchamacallits, thingies.
Sites.
Both of those words work. Man, I think I'm like becoming stupid. I think I got 4 hours of sleep before we're doing this podcast.
I got 6.
It's more than me. I'm already 4 drinks
I'm
deep.
not
Like,
sure how
I didn't
many
start.
I got.
I
think
made
got
a note to
8.
not start drinking until the podcast started. I'm already 4 drinks deep, and it's only been 17 minutes. Shit's gonna get a little weird really fast. Funnel, what are you drinking? I know you're drinking something. What are you drinking right now?
Everclear and apple cider.
How is that? I told you that was awesome. How is it?
Everclear, yeah, everyone knows how Everclear is. Apple cider actually does mask the shittiness of Everclear.
Yeah, like if you smell your drink, it smells like your drink should be on fire. And then you drink it, and you hardly even taste Everclear in there.
Yeah, it smells like it's gonna be stupid strong. Like I'm worried every time I take a sip, and then I'm like, oh, that's not bad, and then I actually take a drink.
I haven't really ever tasted Everclear, so I can't really say anything about it. Really.
All I can say is it tastes like shit, and it's very strong.
It's 95% alcohol. It's not supposed to taste good.
Until you just tried to drink Everclear with freaking cinnamon or Fireball whiskey.
Shut the
Is that
fuck
right?
up. Yeah, that was the worst decision I made that entire year. I threw that up immediately. Life sucked for a long time.
Yeah, that's one thing I will not do. It's just, no.
Don't mix your liquors.
Man, anyways,
That's what-
Daryl, how was that art game? Like, I mean, you said it was good, but like, tell me about it.
It's basically like, okay, you're like trapped on an island. You wake up at the beginning. It's kind of like, it's not really a storyline game. It's more like a multiplayer. Like, I guess you could call it an MMO. I'm not sure, but you wake up on an island. Basically, you basically don't know who put you there or anything about that. And basically, your true objective, is to try to get off the island. But you're never gonna make it off the island. So what did everybody do mainly? They tame dinosaurs. You know, build weapons. You can like create guns and have dinosaurs and stuff like that. And basically, create armor, weapons. Go deep sea diving. It's like an all around. It's just like a kid's wet dream. Let's just say that it's a child's wet dream.
A child's wet dream. I think Jared from
Yes.
Subway might pick this game up.
Daryl knows all about that.
Jared.
Man, I have no idea. As I said, like I've got nothing for this podcast. You know, I do have one story.
Story
Yeah.
time.
Story time.
And it actually pays tribute to drinking again, because Funnel, you remember this. It was when we were down at Horseheads, New York, and we were visiting our buddy Trout and his wife and his basically like, just born son. Like Isaac was just born, and so we went down there for a visit, and we were drinking and whatever. And we were playing with a remote control helicopter so much at his house that when we went back to the hotel room, we decided that not only do we need to pick up booze, but we need to buy ourselves some remote control helicopters. So we go down to Walmart. And by the way, finding a remote controlled helicopter in a Walmart where almost everything looked like it was stolen already was pretty bad. Like, I feel like there were more empty packages with items missing than there were of actual items on the shelves. So, anyways, we pick out our stupid, remote control helicopters because we're fucking, because I'm a man child. And for no reason in particular, we're up, getting cashed out, and, I think Funnel, we were a little drunk for this. I think we've definitely been drinking. And I don't know, this extremely just absurdly buff dude that's in front of me, he looks at me and he looks down at my helicopter and he's like, "Oh, what's that, a science project?" And I'm like, "Yes, something like that." And he's like, "Oh, it's on me." I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I made a bunch of money in tips tonight." He's like, "So I'm gonna pay it forward." And then so he buys me the helicopter, and I don't know what to say. I don't know how to react when people are nice to me, because people are never nice to me. Have you ever fucking seen me? Nobody's ever nice to me. And so I get my helicopter, and I keep looking back at you, Funnel, and you're like giving me the look of, what the fuck? Because I just got a free helicopter. And then to make a long story short, those helicopters sucked because they only lasted for like 2 minutes, and all they would do is crash. And I think mine broke anyways. Yeah, mine broke. And mine broke within like 10 minutes. Because, we're stupid fucking man children.
Yeah, I think mine broke at the end of that venture.
I mean, we were drunk and we basically flying them to the walls in a hotel room, really.
Yeah.
Is that the same trip that when we went outside, we met that really, really weird lady and her man friend?
Oh yeah, that was.
And I was like pissed drunk.
Okay, now you gotta tell the story. Now you gotta tell the story.
Better than I do, because I was fucking pissed drunk.
Yeah, we were in the middle of drinking.
Like always.
We were playing some kind of cards or some bullshit. And we both decided, I decided I'm gonna go down and chill outside for a minute, gotta grab a smoke and all that. And so we get down there. I think we were out there for like a minute or two. All of a sudden, this guy and a chick come down. Dude had to be like, what, 40, 50?
Yeah, he was old. He was old as dicks.
Yeah. Chick was definitely younger. Apparently they had a interesting relationship.
He was giving her the D.
Essentially, yes. But
Well, how was their relationship interesting? Was it just that he was her sugar daddy, basically?
I'm not sure how their relationship was. Like I said, I was drunk, so don't remember
I mean, as
too
far as
much
I know,
about
she
it.
could have been a fucking
But,
prostitute. So,
Could have been.
or like he had this sweet like hookup.
But all in all, they were They were nice enough people. It's just
Dude, we stood outside and we
it was
talked
kind of weird.
to them for like at least an hour.
And I don't think we had any shoes
I
on.
had no shoes on.
Like, I think we planned on only being out there for like a minute or two, and then
And
they
I
were
also
there.
don't believe in shoes. That sounded weird. I should probably explain that. I feel
Probably
like that should make the title of the podcast. I don't believe in shoes.
Just some dude chanting in a corner. I don't believe in shoes.
No, it's just that the human foot was not meant to be wrapped and bound in like leather and polyester and plastic, and shoes are what are destroying our feet, especially shoes with no support like flip-flops and everything. So whenever I have the option, I just don't wear shoes. No, I'm that guy like walking around at work who's got no shoes on all day. Like, so I mean, but then again, I do appreciate a good pair of shoes. I mean, I own several pairs of shoes, and that sounds very hypocritical. But I only wear them like if I'm in public. That's what they get. I don't know, because if you take this like sweaty, just piece of flesh and you bind it in leather, and plastic, and polyester, and all the other bullshit, that's not really good. But it does keep you away from stepping on everyone's shit and piss when you go to in a public restroom, so that's nice. Shoes are also really gross.
I own one pair of shoes and a pair of boots.
Oh, dude, I own like 2 pairs of boots, like 2 pairs of dress shoes, 2 pairs of sneakers, a shit ton of like flip flops. 3 pairs of sneakers. Listen, it's important to accessorize.
Meh.
I mean, but then again, Funnel,
Yeah,
I
definitely don't worry
dress
about it.
way classier than you do. Like, if I can get you... Like, the only colored shirt I ever see you in is the occasional flannel. And the sleeves are always rolled up, and it's never tucked in, and it's always unbuttoned.
Yeah, it's not always unbuttoned.
Like, 98% of the time.
Yeah, it's usually unbuttoned, but...
Whereas, like, if you see me with a flannel, like, I wear it, like, it's just, like, a regular, like, shirt. It's, like, tucked in and stuff. I just picked up a few.
See, I wear clothes to be comfortable.
I wear clothes so I don't look like a piece of shit. Not saying that you look like a piece of shit.
That too.
I've been drinking. I mean, I don't know. I'm comfortable.
To be fair, some of the clothes I wear definitely
Some of your clothes you should just throw them
not
out.
the best, but
Like like a lot
oh
of
yeah,
them. Like all of them. Dude, I only got like one
Just
pair of
doing
shorts
your
that
wardrobe.
are shitty now. Like that's it. Just one pair of like khaki shorts or cargo shorts, whatever the fuck you call them. I mean, it was nice back when I did carpentry. Like, oh look, I don't give a fuck about these jeans, and like there's be paint and shit, and more shit, and then dust, and then I'm pretty sure there's like my shit right there. I'm pretty sure I shit myself, and you didn't give a fuck. I'm like, oh, my hands are dirty. Just wipe them on your pants. Now I don't own a pair of jeans like that anymore, and like if I get like one speck of dust on my jeans, I'm like, I am soiled.
I think everybody actually
see.
does that when you're wearing a pair of pants. You just get some type of dirt on them.
Yeah, but
no. See, if I buy clothes, I automatically assume that they're gonna get dirty. Just like when
when I buy
shoes.
clothes,
That's
I
why
mean,
don't
especially if
buy-
I buy new.
That's why I don't buy $900 fucking shoes, because the first time you wear them, they're dirty.
And that's why, like, when I freaking buy me like a freaking $100 pair of shoes, I'll be avoiding dirt religiously. Like, oh, mud puddle, no.
see, I'm not.
Pull out
I'm
a
not
cross.
like that with shoes.
Back a demon.
I don't give a fuck. Like how dirty or whatever. Like unless like they're like my dress shoes, and then I make sure that they're always like polished and shiny and looking good. You know what I'm really bad with that? It's like when I'm wearing like one of my suits, like nothing dirty can touch me. ever.
Well, see, a suit is a complete other thing. If I ever wear a suit, I make sure to keep that thing fucking
Dude,
clean.
I saw the
Because
new James Bond
A,
movie.
you managed to get me in a fucking
Yeah.
suit. And B, I don't want to go through and fucking try and get another
Dude,
one.
I saw the new James Bond
Fuckers
movie.
are expensive and time consuming to get.
And when I saw the new James Bond movie, it was good. It was the first James Bond movie I've ever seen. And through like all of it, all I kept thinking is, how the fuck is he doing this in the suit? Like the second, like any of that's happened. Whoa, stop! Let me at least take off my jacket, roll my sleeves up, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, he actually does that sometimes. Sometimes he just roll his sleeves up in the James Bond movies. In some of them, he actually does. He rolls his
The
sleeves
new
up.
one is really good.
And he does take off his jacket
The
sometimes.
new one's really, really good.
I actually haven't seen the new one. I really want to see
Oh,
that.
dude, and then what's his name? Christopher Schultz or whatever. Christoph Waltz. I don't know. He's the Jew hunter in *Inglourious Bastards* and the bounty hunter in Django. He plays he plays the main villain in that, and he does such an amazing job. I actually saw that movie just because he's in it.
He is a really good actor.
yeah.
He's a really good actor.
You know, I was upset when I didn't see him in the trailer for The Hateful Eight.
Is he in
I
the
don't think
Hateful
so.
Eight? No, wait. Is he in the Hateful Eight? Let me think.
I mean, I can just. This is why we have Google.
Right? Google's the best thing ever
Yeah,
invented.
Google's best friend.
Well, talk
Google
about
is best
stuff while I
friend.
Google.
Google's life.
Stuff, things, doing stuff.
Yeah, murdering people, eating their intestines.
You know, I actually learned something the other day. I was watching a YouTube video, and I can't remember what the hell it was called or who made it. Basically, I remember almost nothing about this video. Other than they were talking about a fight scene in Indiana Jones that was supposed to be like this big, long, like drawn out fucking fight and all this other bullshit. And it was supposed to like pump you up and all this other bullshit. But Harrison Ford wasn't feeling good that day. Like, I guess he was like in the middle of having the flu or some bullshit. They still had to shoot. So instead of going through and doing this big long fucking fight, he just pulls out a gun and shoots a dude.
What is this?
I was just like, Indiana
Oh.
Jones.
Well, I mean, I was.
So
Googling.
instead
Yeah,
of freaking going through the big fight, he just pulls out the gun and shoots the guy. Like, forget this.
Yeah, there's one guy, and like Harrison Ford is supposed to be in like this big fight with him, but Harrison Ford wasn't feeling good that day, but still wanted to do the scene.
Mm-hmm.
So he pretty much just said fuck it and asked if he could just shoot the guy, and the people there were like, yeah, sure, why
Apparently,
not?
all the Nazi
So
uniforms were legit in Indiana Jones. Like, they found a cache of like Nazi uniforms, and those are legit Nazi uniforms in Indiana Jones. So, anyways, yeah, Christoph Waltz is not in the Hateful Eight, but Sam Jackson.
What the fuck
Is.
is
Hey,
the
that is a
Hateful Eight?
shame,
Jackson's
though.
in it.
Sam Jackson is a really good actor. I love him.
He's like one of the highest.
I really did like he is like one of the people that because like in the Django he was like the super racist guy, and oh my goodness, I love Samuel Jackson because you already know he's not really racist or anything. He's black, so I mean, but like he seemed so hated. Like I hated him so much in that movie, but I know it was just the part he acted. I mean, he does his job really
Oh, yeah.
good.
He's actually one of
You
the
just have
highest
to say it.
grossing like Hollywood actors, just because he's in the like the Avengers franchise and the Star Wars franchise. So automatically, he's like one of the highest grossing like Hollywood actors. And not to mention now he's in with like he's been in with Tarantino for a long time. But
Yeah, he has.
when it comes to like Django, why I love him is because like apparently Leonardo DiCaprio had a tough time saying the N word so often that Sam Jackson actually pulled him aside and said that it's nothing that we're not used to, and gave him the courage to get through the scenes.
What? Wait, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, because
Why do
he
you
had to
have
keep
trouble
saying the
saying
N
the
word
N-word?
over and over and over again in all those scenes. And Sam Jackson actually had to pull him aside because he had such a
Yeah,
tough
'cause he,
time with it. And Sam Jackson had to say it's okay, like it's nothing we're not used to.
Hey,
And
That's like a super not racist thing, I guess. Then that's
I
cool.
mean, Leonardo DiCaprio is
That he
also the
actually had
dude
a
who
hard
smacked a
time.
glass on a table, cut his hand up super fucking badly, and they still rolled with it. And what I love is when you watch that scene, you see him smack his hands on the table and he breaks the glass and it gets cut into his hand. And like you see like, Sam Jackson and all the other actors,
Uh-huh.
like, wait, we're still going with this? We're still fucking doing this? All right, I guess we're fucking doing this. All right, well, and they just carry on. And he's bleeding out of his hand, like he's hemorrhaging blood.
Everybody's just like,
Yeah, dude,
"Well, I guess
everyone
this
just
is
kind
a
of
thing."
stopped and they froze for a minute, and like the look on like almost half the actor's face was like priceless, and it actually sold the scene because like that's when he loses his shit. So it like made it look like everyone's like like oh my god, like he's losing his like what was it, Mister Monsieur Candy or some shit is losing his mind, like he's just going ape shit. When in reality he's just bleeding out of his fucking hand, and they're like, are we still doing this? Jesus, I guess we're still doing this. Oh, that movie was super awesome.
Yeah, that's what you actually have
oh,
to
yeah.
love about some actors, that their dedication to the role, that they will freaking cut themselves and give no shits.
Anyways, going back to like the suit
They'll
thing,
make themselves
To be
bleed out their hands.
like because you guys know that I like to wear a suit a lot, because I've got like so many of them. Funnel, remember when we went out to dinner with Trout, and I actually think this is maybe the same fucking trip that we were telling before. We went out to dinner at Outback, and Trout tried to give me a hug, and he ended up headbutting me right in the face.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure he broke my nose, and I was just bleeding blood, and I had like you peel like almost all my had you peel off my jacket and everything off me, just so I wouldn't get a speck of blood on it.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, take my jacket off, take it off, take it off."
I don't know what it is, but Matt and I have a history of like headbutting each other. Like remember back in Alfred, like we were sometimes.
Yeah, you guys fucking.
I'm gonna tell the story. I'm gonna have to have you come in because I don't remember it after this point. After this one point, so we were drinking again at college. So there's another drinking story with our buddy Trout. And by the way, you call him Trout because his last name is Armin Trout, so that's why we call him Trout. Just like how everybody calls me Crumb, and everybody calls Funnel Funnel. I mean, the trio was Crumb, Funnel, and Trout. Anyways, who cares? We were drinking or whatever, and sometimes Matt and I, well, Trout and I, would get into. And by the way, Trout is another Matt. He's also named Matt. Dude, we have so many Matts. Anyways, we were we get into like sometimes like we shake each other's hand, and I don't know. I guess like when I squeeze, he likes to think of it as a challenge. So then he tries to squeeze super hard, and I'm like fuck you, and then I squeeze super hard, and we end up going off in like the stalemate where we're both just like squeezing the shit out of each other's hand because we're idiots, and like then we started like fucking pulling on each other's arms. For I don't know why, because we're drunk. And I just remember like I think I pulled him in, and as I pulled him in, he went to like go like try to like headbutt at me, but then he smashed into my head. And then fun. That's the last thing I remember. You have to tell the rest of the story.
I actually don't.
You guys were
remember
just
much
killing
either.
each other.
Oh, yeah.
You guys were just killing each other, huh?
Oh yeah. I don't know, Funnel. This is the night that you and Matt said I was super concussed.
I think that's when you like fell into your
Yeah.
closet.
Yeah, that
and,
is. So we want to tell the people about that.
like you were just laying there.
Yeah, you guys told me about this. I've got no
Yeah, I don't
memory.
remember. I don't remember.
All right. Well,
Drinking just about as
apparently,
much as you were.
when we got back to the room, like apparently, like I was just out of it after that happened. Apparently, when we got back to the room, I was standing in front of like my closet for like an extended period of time, from what they told me. And then out of nowhere, I just collapsed into it. And then Trout told me that him and Funnel had to pull me out of it and lay me down in bed. And then on top of that, they also said that they left me alone. And then they went,
Oh
yeah, and then
yeah.
apparently I fell asleep, which is the one thing you really don't want to do when you've had a concussion. And then like
Mm.
Trout came back and he was like punching me awake.
He was punching you.
Dude, shit got crazy
Wow.
sometimes.
Well, he wouldn't wake up. Cause see, what was happening was he wouldn't wake up when we were like, "Hey, Crumb, wake up, wake up, wake up." So finally, Trout's like, "You know what? I'll wake him up," and just start beating the fucking shit out of him.
That happens a lot. Like the time Trout punched you in the face and now he's got tendonitis in his hand.
Sucks for him.
Alright, so this is another story. So Funnel and I are watching Fight Club and drinking in college. And Funnel looks to me, he's like, I haven't been punched in the face in a while. And I'm like, I'll do it. He's like, no, I gotta go home tomorrow. We'll have to do it later. I'm like, okay. So I think a week or two goes by, and we tell Trout that Funnel wants to get punched in the face. And it becomes him and I, like, arguing and battling over who gets to punch him in the face. And I think I let him do it. No, we had played rock, paper, scissors for it. I remember. We played rock, paper, scissors for it, and I lost. So he then got to punch you in the face. And when Trout punched the iron-like jaw that is Joshua Fennell, he fucked his hand up. Like, the morning after, I remember Funnels, I'm like, hey, dude, how's your...
He's probably like, out of my
No,
hand.
it wasn't like that. It was like, obviously, when you hit someone in the head, like, your hand's gonna be sore. But when Funnel and I woke up next morning and we had to go to class, I'm like, hey, Funnel, how's your jaw? He's like, oh, it's fine. And then we ran into, like, Trout, and it was, like, all bandaged up and shit. Like, dude, what happened? He's like, dude, I fucked my hand up. But apparently he's got arthritis in his right hand now from this, or tendonitis or
See,
some such.
You know, the
hand
one
thingy.
thing that I'm remembering is we said that we were going to record it.
Yes.
We had 3 fucking people
Yes.
recording it. Every single one of
Fucked
them
up the footage,
fucked it up.
including me. I also fucked it up. But also, all the people we had recording that were drunk. So drunk.
Very true.
I also remember that's how we met. Like, that's
Well,
how
see,
we.
you just got a new
Yeah,
phone.
I don't know how to work it. That's actually the phone that I still have, by the way, Funnel. I still have that phone.
I mean, I've still got my phone.
But that's actually how we met. I don't know, 2 girls in college, and dude, I have no idea what the fuck their names are. I don't even know if I can. I just remember there were 2 girls there, and I remember like when we were getting ready to shoot, and they're like, "Oh, what's going on?" And I'm like, "Oh, he's gonna punch him in the face." They're like, "What the fuck?" It was a great icebreaker. I remember, dude, we hung out with those girls a lot too. Like, I remember hanging out with those 2 girls a lot. And I don't remember a lot of it. I remember Trout helped the one move out of her room or whatever, and then I helped also because I'm a nice guy. And still no fucking clue. I don't know. I remember Trout was always trying to get laid in college. I mean, didn't he fuck a girl because he gave her pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah. Our buddy Trout was at the bar, and he ordered pizza, and he gave, some girl a piece of pizza, and then she went back to his room and fucked him. And then he kicked her out right after because he had class in the morning.
Seems logical.
Apparently Dave did that too, because when I got home, Dave said he brought a girl back or whatever, and like he was telling me the story of like how they had sex, and he's like, "All right, you can leave now." And she's like, "What?" I'm like, "I've got class in the morning, bitch. You need to leave." Which the thing is, I could see Dave doing that. Dave was my old roommate in
That is
college.
definitely
Dude, I
Dave's
swear
thing.
to God, I saw his dick more than I've seen my own. I've seen his dick a lot. Funnel, have you seen my dick at all in college?
I don't know.
I mean, I know I told you sometime. My favorite thing I've ever said to you in college was, if you see a dick tonight, it's probably mine. But there's a story behind that. It's because I didn't have like any pants because they were all dirty, and I think I was just wearing boxers. And we all know how you've got like that one pair of boxers where like the holes just kind of like won't stay closed, like it's always just open, and your fucking dick just keeps flopping out of it. That was why. I just realized.
He was just like swang and my swang and my swang and my swang.
No, it's more of like windmilling my arms while helicoptering my penis. I was about to say, we just talked about my penis again. Dude, why does it always go back to my genitals?
Because you make it go there.
I know, and I never mean it to. It just does. So anyway, Daryl, I think the last time I talked to you really was like last podcast. So what's new with you?
Not much. Just
That's it.
been busy, I guess you
That
could say.
arc.
Yeah, that arc. I've been on that freaking arc game 24/7, going crazy.
I heard it's got like, like a lot of base building like Minecraft in it. That game's like what, $35 right now? Oh my god. So as we're recording this, I'm sitting here and I'm biting like my one fingernail. Cuz I do that every once in a while when I'm nervous. And I'm like, and this I'm going to fall into the hypothetical road again. $1 million. You get $1 million, but somebody comes along with a pair of vice grips and they rip out all 10 of your fingernails. Would you do it?
$1 million
$1 million
bucks?
bucks.
I'd do
I
it.
think I'd do it too. It would suck a
Losing a
lot.
fingernail actually isn't horrible.
It would
Not fun.
It would suck a lot.
Sure as shit not fun.
I mean,
But-
dude, like you can play video games for at least 3 weeks
Why?
because as your
Give me a
nail fucking
day.
regrows, it's gonna be like not only like hurting a lot, but on top of it, like every time like you go to put like pressure on your fingertips, like your fleshiness is gonna like be jabbing into like the little stubby fucking nail part, and it's gonna hurt.
See, you gotta remember, I can barely feel my hands anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, I have very little
I'm pretty sure I have arthritis in my hands already.
feeling left in my hands. Too much stupid shit when I was younger.
You know, you punch some things, you crush them with some stuff, you hit them with some other stuff, you play a lot of video games, you text a lot, then you punch some other stuff, and you text a little bit more, and you play a little bit more video games, and they get crushed again, and you burn them, and then you freeze them, and then you punch something again. Yeah, I know. Dude, I know.
I actually don't text that much.
I wish people liked me too. It's okay, Funnel. We could start texting each other.
Like, people... No, like, I'm glad that no one fucking texts me.
You know, every time my phone goes off,
Texting.
and Funnel, I know that you can definitely back me up. Because whenever my phone goes off, I'm like, who the fuck is texting me? That's the automatic response. It's not like, hey, look, I got a message. Who the fuck is texting me right now? Funnel, like, if you look at our, like, message history, it's usually me texting you, telling you to fucking do something, like, get online, or it's time for the podcast, or do this, do that, do this, do that, wake up, get the fuck up, join the party. What are you doing this day? It's me just asking or demanding a lot, and you barely reply. Like, once every maybe 5 messages, I get a reply
Yeah.
from you.
Dude, I hate texting. Like, I don't understand texting.
You know what's worse than texting, though? Is phone calls. I fucking hate phone calls.
Oh, dude, fuck.
Dude, I
phone
get pissed
calls.
off every time when I'm in a phone call. I want that shit to end. By the way, you want to know what I used to, so, like, you know how, like, when we're gaming a lot, I'll have my Turtle Beach headset on for, like, hours and hours and hours, and, like, that's fine by me for some reason. I can do that. I've started to plug my, my Turtle Beaches into my phone when people call me, just because, for some reason, it's not as bad. And apparently, like, the call
That-
quality is amazing.
Doesn't make sense.
No, what do you mean it doesn't make sense? You just take your fucking, like, where your headphone jack plugs in at the bottom of your controller, you just plug that out, unplug that, plug it into your phone. That's it.
See, I understand that.
You mean, like, why does it make it more bearable? I have no idea. Maybe it's because I gotta hold the phone up to my face and I'm just too lazy for that shit.
There's a speaker on your phone.
Yeah. But then everybody can hear my conversation, and I don't like that. Because what if someone's calling me about Coke? Or it's a booty call.
Who's gonna call you about
Nobody's
Coke?
gonna call me about Coke. Or booty calls.
Who's gonna? I was about to say, who's
Actually,
gonna call
almost
you
all
for a
my
fucking
phone
booty
calls
call?
are usually because my mom didn't want to send me a text because she wants to make sure I'm awake. Or it's some sort of solicitor. Every time. Dude, I've got the same number that keeps calling me. And every time I answer it, like, there's just dead silence. And then I call them back and it doesn't go through. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to get murdered. Daryl,
That sounds like something that happens as soon as you.
Yeah,
get
what's up?
in.
stop playing your video games.
I'm listening to this awkward conversation.
What do you mean awkward
That's you guys
conversation?
are having right now. Awkward
What's
conversation.
so awkward about it?
You're an
Yeah,
awkward
you're
conversation.
fuck ass is what you are.
It's weird.
No, Daryl, you're
That
worse, you're
is,
worse
that's
than a fuck
a,
ass.
if that's an invitation, then
What you
oh
are?
yeah.
You're a poop. You just got called a poop.
I'm a
You're a
poop.
poop.
Poops today.
I didn't even think about that.
You set yourself up for that.
I'm the one who fucking taught you that. You got that from me. So how'd you guys like my little Christmas song at the beginning of the podcast?
Terrifying.
I felt like it was like it was adorable, but yet oddly accurate.
Sure.
Funnel, do you remember? Do you remember the song at all, or did you already forget?
No,
Do you want me to
No.
sing it again?
I'm gone already. I mean, if you really want to.
I mean, I'm just looking at this capture time as we're recording, and it says 52 minutes. I mean, we still have to do stuff for like 40 fucking more minutes. Again, I don't know why anybody listens to these fucking things. I mean, it's just us being idiots. You know what I realized,
Nothing better to
Daryl
do.
and Funnel, is that we are the three
What's up?
craziest people in assorted wares, and yet you listen to this podcast and it's actually not that bad. Like,
It's terrible. No, I'm not saying it's terrible. Like, it's bad content. No, I'm just saying it gets disturbing at times.
well, I mean, yeah, but
like, severely.
like for some
disturbing.
reason, when us three are like just bullshitting, it gets really dark and fucked up. And for some reason, this podcast, it hasn't been like that.
Yeah.
It's probably because I'm not talking about how I want to murder people, and then Funnel's like basically jacking himself off to the thought of it.
Funnel fapping in that corner, like, just like.
Essentially. How do you match
You know,
that?
Funnel, who have you thought about murdering lately?
Keely.
Lately?
Keely. Keely.
No, I've been
Not
thinking about
Keely.
that.
Oh.
Honestly, meh.
Really, Funnel.
You really think of anybody? I mean, besides the general population, I mean,
Yeah.
no one specifically.
So,
Besides the general population,
well, I mean, yeah, but that's everybody.
no one's.
Yeah, I'm talking like, if everyone died, I wouldn't care.
Well, I mean, first of all, you'd be dead too, because you're part of everyone.
Good.
Funnel. What
Hmm?
if
See
you're
that?
the thing that holds the world together, and then when you kill yourself, everything just like everybody else dies? Like you're the central nervous
Sweet.
system.
And even if I don't, I won't remember.
Well, yeah, because
so-
you'll be dead. I feel like we need to test this theory.
We can just genocide the whole entire planet then,
So
That's what they
basically,
think
what's
we're
going
gonna
on
do?
is I'm trying to tell Funnel to
No,
kill himself.
basically he's telling me to kill myself.
If there's ever a thing that might convince you to do it, it'd be that though.
Testing the theory of genocide. Brilliant!
You know, I might just cut that part out because if Funnel does kill himself, I don't want any sort of incriminating evidence. Funnel, you're not allowed to kill yourself now.
What would that incriminate you to? What would that incriminate you to?
Because I told you to do it.
I don't understand. Good.
That's like super not okay.
Eh. I mean, I'm not gonna. I'm not a quitter. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die of
It's
something
also the same
stupid.
reason why you've never been to rehab.
He said he's not a queer. If he's gonna die, he's gonna die.
If Funnel's gonna die, it's
Something stupid.
you know what? I'm not gonna finish that sentence because the state that this nation is in.
It's like
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
it's like the thing that pisses me off the most. You guys, if you've ever held like a somewhat steady job, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, Funnel. I don't know what that's
But-
like at all.
Okay.
Jackass.
Anyway, so back to the story to actually fucking like telling you the story.
Lick my balls.
The thing that I hate most is people that decide that the job is too much for them and they just leave. They don't tell anybody they're leaving. They don't say I quit and throw in their two-week notice or whatever bullshit. They don't do anything. They just leave. What the hell is wrong with you? Like, that is just a horrible thing for you. Because now you're not using them as a reference. And I don't know. It just irritates me, people that do that.
Oh, see, I don't
I
care.
remember
about
one
that.
time. See, I remember it back when I was working at Burger King. I used to be, I'll use air quotes here, a trainer.
Yay!
I wasn't paid to be a trainer, but I trained. Well, there was one night, there's this one on Fridays. We always went through and we like detail cleaned the store. And the people that cook the food in the back, they also clean the shit in the back. Which it kind of makes sense because we know how it works. But so it's me. I've done this many, many times before, so I know exactly what I'm doing. I know how long it's going to take me. And I've done it before by myself, so I'm not too worried about training a new person how to do it. Well, it's all good and dandy and everything, but my manager came up to me and said, there's some garbage out in the lot. Can you guys go out and pick it up? And I was like, well, I'm kind of cleaning the broiler right now. Can I just send him out to do it? He's like, oh yeah, that's fine, whatever. So I send him out to pick up like a couple of scraps on the ground. Like literally that's all he had to do, and then come back in and help me. And about a half hour goes by, my manager's like, so you know where, I don't remember his name, I don't care what his name was, but do you know where Fuckface went? I was like, no, haven't seen him in like half an hour. He's like, me neither. He's like, can you go out and see if he's like okay? I was like, yeah, sure. So I go out to try and find the motherfucker, and he's just left. He's not there. And I'm like, okay, where the hell is he? So I went to go check by the dumpsters. Right next to dumpsters is the portable garbage can thing, the broom and dustpan, and his uniform. So that motherfucker had quit without telling anybody. and left me there to do all the work by myself. Which again, I've done before. It's whatever. Just takes a little longer. And it's just like, why would you just up and leave? I don't understand why people do that.
See, like people quitting like that doesn't really bother me because I just got the mentality of fuck them. Who like gives a shit? It's people who show up to work every day and think they should get paid just because they show the fuck up rather than work. Those are the people who piss me off. Like I come into my job to work and I know I get paid to work, but people who just show up and think that they, like, oh, well, I'm here and that's good enough, so I should get a paycheck. Or even worse than that, the people who just call off repeatedly are like the two things I really hate. So I mean,
Well, see,
if those people
no,
leave, like even if they left without telling anybody, I like, man, fuck them. Who gives a shit? I was not here anymore. We can get new help.
see, no. Like, I could give a fuck if you quit. I really don't care. Like, I just don't. The thing is, if you quit and it affects my job, like it affects me, that's when I start giving a fuck. Because now you're making my life more difficult. And yeah, that night I got paid for a little bit of overtime, which cool, whatever, blah blah blah. But still, I was there for much longer than I needed to be, than if I had had one more person there helping me.
Eh.
That's when it pisses me off.
I've got the mentality if you're not gonna help, just fucking leave anyways. So I'll just do it all myself. Funnel, what else has been going on?
That I can think of.
Yeah, I mean anything. Like just anything at all. I know that I'll be like, hanging out with a bunch of friends this week. I'll be seeing Star Wars again on Thursday.
Yeah.
Christmas is Thursday and Friday. I also I'm gonna make Christmas cookies Wednesday. Yay for Christmas cookies. Also Wednesday, my buddy Alex is coming over. And we're gonna be playing some Mortal Kombat and getting shitty drunk. And I'm pretty sure Alex wanted to face Daryl in a 1v1 in Mortal Kombat and whoop his ass. So I think Alex is getting sick of watching me on our channel just get whooped in these fighting games. So I think that Alex is gonna want to fight Daryl in Mortal Kombat. And apparently my buddy Alex like loves Mortal Kombat and like he lives and breathes and dies by it. So I'm looking forward to Daryl just getting annihilated. It should be fun. I don't know. What else happened this week? I mean, so Star Wars came out. I watched new James Bond. Anything else happen this week? Isn't like today like the anniversary for like Back to the Future or some shit?
I don't know.
Let's just say it is. I mean, we got the whole illusion of
All I
this is
know,
going to come out Thursday anyways. So,
all I know is that the grandfather is like fuck old, and so is Michael J. Fox.
you mean the doctor?
Yeah, the
Was
doctor.
it Christopher Lloyd?
I think that's what
Yo,
it
did
is.
you know that there's actually YouTube videos online where you can like view, like like the first Back to the Future, they go back to like the fucking was it the 50s or the 60s or who gives a shit, and then they had to reshoot all that for Back to the Future 2, and like this is before like the internet was a huge thing or whatever, and like YouTube existed. But apparently now there's like videos on YouTube where you could do shot for shot like split screening of the footage from Back to the Future 1 and 2, and you could see all the differences and all the mistakes in reshooting those scenes shot for shot again. Which, I mean, back when these movies came out, that's not really a big deal. Whereas, like, And they probably never thought that in the future there'd be this thing called the internet, there's gonna be this thing called YouTube, and there's gonna be one douchebag out there who fucking split screens both of your movies shot for shot, just shows all the people how you fucked up when you know, wanted to shoot the sequel. Because, I mean, it holds up. Like, I didn't even know that until I just, like, found out about that the other day. Oh, so my favorite Rooster Teeth live action show just started up again. $1 million but. I mean, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I love hypothetical questions. Penises.
Okay. You're a
Your penis.
I'm good with it.
I just love how that's still like a go-to test word for when we're testing audio. Like, I didn't ask for like mic checks or anything. I'm just like, guy, just say penis a bunch. All I hear is penis, 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 penis. It's a lot of penises.
Your penis.
We just went over this.
I know.
Oh, funnel, so guess what I have?
Nuka-Cola Quantums.
You're a dickhead. But yes.
I was actually completely hoping that that's what you were gonna say.
I mean, it's like all I've been talking about. That and Star Wars. Those are the only things I've been talking about like all week. That's why I'm like having difficulty thinking of shit to talk about right now. Is because we've already covered it. You know, I still haven't beaten Fallout 4 yet. Because I'm like doing all the side quests.
Jesus.
And plus, I mean...
You know what makes me really...
What?
You know what makes me really sad about Fallout 4? I think I need to start a new character.
Because you need to advance like the Brotherhood and the Institute and the Railroad and the Mail. All those factions, you need to advance all of their quest lines to get really good shit. Like the ballistic weave clothing.
Well, see, it's not even
so
that.
Nice, and you get that from the Railroad.
See, it's not even that. It's... I guess I went too quick, and I missed some of the quests that were, like, achievement quests.
Oh, yeah.
So, now, like, most of my achievements that are left for that game are achievements that, are quest-based.
Okay.
So, that's why I'm like, oh, man.
Man, I should probably, like, start, like, seeing where those quests start so I can start cleaning up those achievements, because we all know that I'm an achievement whore. By the way, Funnel, when I give you your Nuka-Cola Quantum, do not drink it.
So drink every last drop very quickly so I don't taste it. Got it.
I mean, you could do that. They sell this flavor of pop. They sell it already. The only thing that makes this like special is that there's a special label on it that says Nuka-Cola Quantum. That's really it.
What flavor is it?
Oh, fuck. I don't know. Some sort of berry lemonade shit.
That's gross.
Boom City!
You're a poop city.
Not only did I just picked up some terrible audio from your mic, but then you also had to yell. So it's like terrible for the audio listeners on like 2 different levels right there. And you know
How is that terrible?
I'm not editing that out either.
Just killing everybody. Just killing everybody.
Yeah, you're like a funnel. Murder, 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 kill, kill, kill.
Murder. Kill.
Oh, by the way, speaking of getting murdered and killed, Daryl, Wednesday, my buddy Alex wants to 1v1 you in Mortal Kombat, and you're going to get your ass whooped.
And I know. I can't remember a lot of the combos from back in the day. I mean, so yeah, I probably should.
Because this guy lives and like breathes Mortal Kombat, basically. Like, he loves this game. He's a super chill guy. The only disadvantage is that he plays on PlayStation. He doesn't play on Xbox, so he's gonna have to like familiarize himself with the Xbox controller a little bit, and that's gonna be the one thing that's gonna like hold him back.
So a man's controller. I don't want to say it, but the PlayStation controller, come on.
I hate the feel of the
The
PlayStation
thing
controllers.
feels like it feels like it was made for a little kid. It really does. It's just so tiny. I feel like I'd break the damn thing.
Don't they sell like like PlayStation controllers that look just like the Xbox ones and feel just like them? I feel like that's the
Probably.
thing that exists.
I would have to buy one because I could not play with the PlayStation controller.
I used to actually be a huge PlayStation.
PlayStation, everything I
until
know,
Xbox came out.
everything I know about everything I know about the PlayStation is it's a decent console. I'm not gonna argue it. I mean, yeah.
I also heard it's extremely
Your controller though,
difficult to develop.
I
for.
hate it.
Probably developers hate developing for PlayStation. I don't know, man. I mean, at least
I don't know about that because I heard Battlefront actually came out better on
it's
the
not that it
PlayStation than
came
it did
out
the
better.
Xbox.
It's that they have to put way more work and time into it because it's harder to develop for. I mean, we've already, the Xbox CEO, Microsoft CEO, has basically acknowledged the fact that Xbox One has lost the console wars and is coming in second. So, I mean, I don't know. I prefer Xbox, but I'm not going to shit on like other consoles,
Oh yeah.
except for Nintendo. Fuck Nintendo.
I mean,
Let's shit on their consoles.
it's like what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I like my Xbox way more than everything I've ever seen on the PlayStation. I'm not gonna shit on the console itself, but the controller, yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I just don't
I
like the
hate your
design of the
controller.
controller either. I used to play I used to have PlayStation 1 and 2, and then and I loved them. They were great. And then Xbox came out, and I went over to my cousin's house, and they had this new game called Halo Combat Evolved. Played it once, had the controller in my hand, never looked back. The shit was amazing. It made my 8-year-old dick really hard. That's for Jared of Subway. Hopefully he listens to this when he gets out of prison in like, I don't know how many years. A lot.
Wait, Jared is in prison?
Yeah, dude, he pleaded guilty, didn't he? He confessed.
I never paid attention to that
yeah,
stuff,
Jared
so
from
I don't
Subway's
know.
in jail for child porn. Apparently, he had like several like hard drives of like thousands upon thousands of images of like child porn. I mean, this is only what I heard, like reading articles on the internet. So I don't know how true it is. I mean, I once also read that everything that's on the internet and on the internet is true, and I also read that on the internet. So
Everything on the internet is definitely not true.
I believe it was Abraham Lincoln who said, and I quote, "Booty, booty, booty, rockin' everywhere." But I could be mistaken. Again, I read that on the internet.
You're not. I remember him saying that.
What do you mean you remember him saying that? Were you alive? This is like where the podcast just goes off the rails because I ran out of stuff to talk about, and now I'm like decently drunk. Because I've just been pounding drinks back.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. Dude, my back hurts so goddamn much. Christmas is killing me. It's killing my bank account. Ah! Speaking of killing me and my bank account, funnel. I still have your Christmas/birthday gifts at my house.
Oh yeah, so I bought you your present, and then I was looking around, and I was like, oh shit, that would have been way better, and now I'm kind of depressed.
I mean, if you want to keep buying me stuff, I'm not gonna say no.
I don't have the money to keep buying stuff.
No, but you have a knife and you own a mask that says "Please stop me." So I mean, you can fill in the blanks. You know, Funnel, the thing that kind of terrifies me is that if you ever wear that "Please stop me" hockey mask and you like commit a crime because for some reason that triggers your insanity and you feel like it'd be suited to wear that mask while you did various activities, it's already on the internet.
Activities.
It's already on the internet that I gave you and made that mask especially for you. I was actually talking to my mom about that, and she's like, "Oh, you didn't send Funnel his mask yet?" I'm like, "Fuck no. He's got to come over to my house and get that." And she's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Because it's very simple. If I send it to him, his parents are just gonna think he's insane, and they already know that. Whereas if he comes to my house and then he comes back with that mask, his parents are gonna know that I'm insane and I'm helping their son be insane, and that's the image I need to portray. So." You gotta come over here and get your Christmas gift. Yeah. I'm tired. What else you guys want to talk about? Oh, apparently Tool, the band, is going on tour. And they are...
Don't know who they are. Never listened to them.
Really?
No, I've listened to a decent portion of the music.
Well, Funnel, they're going on
Not
tour,
recently.
but they're not going to be anywhere near us. Again. Because nothing good happens near us. You know what? Speaking of, like, stupid shit, is Bill Burr is a star of a new show on Netflix called F is for Family, and that show is fucking funny. That show is really funny.
Bill Burr! Yeah, it's funny.
Have you watched it?
Nah, not really.
Yeah, check it out. It's basically about like a family in like the 70s, and this basically it's like an animated That 70s show, but completely uncensored.
It sounds terrible.
No, it's actually pretty great. And if you're familiar with the comedian Bill Burr, Bill Burr's fucking hilarious. And like he yells and he screams and he gets extremely angry, and that's exactly what he plays on the show. Like in this one scene, he gets super pissed off and he's got a punching bag in his garage, and he goes out to the garage and he's like, "God damn it, who the fuck parks a car in a garage?" And his wife's like, "I'm sorry, honey, I didn't think that I'm sorry, honey, I thought you could be happy tonight." He's like, "Never assume this."
Sounds interesting.
It's really funny, and they swear like a lot. Like it's really off-putting to hear like a cartoon swear that much. But then again, it's an uncensored cartoon, so because it's on Netflix.
It's a cartoon?
Yeah, it's a cartoon. It's an adult cartoon. Oh man, that show's super funny. Who the fuck parks a car in the garage? I'm sorry, honey, I thought you'd be happy tonight. Don't ever assume this. This is really funny.
He said, "Who the hell?"
Yeah, because he keeps his punching.
parks a car in the garage
bag in the garage. So when he gets super pissed off, he goes on the garage and punches it. And he gets super pissed off, and he goes to the garage, and the fucking car's in the way, and he screams, "Who the fuck parks a car in the garage?" And his wife replies back, "I'm sorry, honey. I thought you'd be happy tonight." And then he screams, "Never assume this." Check it out. Super funny. Also, we've been doing a lot of Let's Plays, guys. What Let's Play are we gonna do next?
Well, I guess I have that Mortal Kombat one set up for me, so I got to do that.
It's definitely gonna become a Let's Play. Yeah, Daryl, I don't know if you saw, but the Mortal Kombat, whether it's me versus you, we already uploaded that.
Yeah.
And we also uploaded our first Minecraft Let's Play as well. Oh my god, excuse me. Man, I've been drinking too much. So,
No such thing.
next week is going to be the last podcast of the year. Next week's podcast? I'm pretty sure it's the last podcast of the year. Let me check the calendar, because I don't know stuff.
No, I don't think it is.
Bitch, I will slap you. Alright, so we record this day. Yeah, next week, the 28th, is the last podcast of the year. So that means next week on the podcast, whoever comes on the podcast, we're going to talk about our New Year's resolutions and other bullshit.
Get fatter.
My New Year's resolution is stab more people. Funnel, I stabbed you.
Funnel's New Year's resolution: kill more people.
I don't think Funnel's
They
killed
need
anybody.
to die.
That's what you think.
Funnel, I have stabbed you, though.
Yeah. I think I've stabbed you back.
No. You've punched me
No.
in the jaw, and it's still fucked up.
That sucks for you.
It's like not hinged right on the left side, and it hurts a lot. And if I talk for an extended period of time, or if I eat something that's really chewy, my jaw hurts really bad, like it does right now. I'm pretty sure when you punch me in the head, because like severe blunt trauma can cause you to develop a hole in your retina, I think you're the reason why I've got a fucking hole in my retina. I think you did that.
You're welcome.
But now, on the flip side, I have stabbed you. And I have also beaten you. And you've also beaten me. I think we're tied. Let's run through this one thing real fast. So I've stabbed you. And by the way, I would tell the story. I don't remember it. I just remember me and having a knife and it's in your leg now. Because we were drunk. That's all I
Yeah.
remember.
It's about as much as I remember.
So that's the story, is we were drunk and then my knife was in his leg. That's all that needs to know. You have thrown me over your head twice and bounced me off the liquid surface of a pool. I'm pretty sure you did, and like I hit the surface of the water so hard that my nose bled for like 30 minutes. What else did we do? We fought before, and then you punched me in the head, and that's why my jaw's fucked up and I've got a hole in my retina. But also on the flip side, was it the last time you came up to visit? Yeah, it was the last time you were at my house. You and I were drinking, then we went to the bar and kept drinking, and we came home, and it wasn't even like 5 o'clock at night. Like, we did this in the course of like the afternoon. And you were so fucking drunk that like we were watching Adventure Time on my couch as we were getting dinner ready. And I kept fucking trying to kick you awake, because I basically laid down on the couch. And then I just like, so I'm laying down on the couch and I start kicking you repeatedly and your ass is passed out and you won't wake up. So I take your arm and I fucking pull you off the couch and fucking slam you on the floor. Then I start kicking you harder, like in the ribs. And then I take my foot and I put it under like your neck. And then I start smacking your head up and down on the ground. And then you grab my foot and you won't let it go, and now I'm trying to get my foot back. So every time I lift my foot up, and then my foot drops back down, like your entire fucking torso and your shoulder is getting kicked, and also slamming into my hardwood floors. And that happened a lot. And I kicked you in the shoulder after you let me go a few times, because fuck you. And then I poured water on you, and then I left you there. And then I ate dinner, and then I went downstairs, and then I went to sleep. And then I remember you woke up, you sat down, you're like, dude, my fucking neck and my shoulder really hurt. And I just start laughing like a goddamn maniac. Man, you were out cold. I basically beat the shit out of you while you were sleeping. Just so you could wake up to have spaghetti.
Monster
And I didn't
spaghetti.
even get that.
What'd you say? Funnel.
So I didn't even get that.
Well, no, I mean you had leftovers. Because I remember we went
I did
upstairs,
have leftovers.
and you grabbed a fucking salad bowl, and you filled it to like the brim of like noodles. You poured sauce on it, and I'm like, if you take all that, you have to eat all that. He's like, oh, don't worry, I'm gonna fucking eat this. And you ate like a salad bowl full of spaghetti. You ate a lot. All those carbs. And we also had a bunch of beers. Funnel, it's no wonder why we're
Got to
fat.
do that carbo loading.
I just love it because you woke up and you came downstairs like, dude, for some reason my shoulder really hurts. I start laughing like a fucking retard. I don't know why I said that.
Cause
Mom spaghetti.
Fuck up No, Daryl, you haven't really contributed much to this podcast because all you're doing is playing fucking Ark right now.
I haven't really contributed much, anyways. I mean, I can contribute.
Tell us the
but
story.
I don't really have anything interesting to
Tell us the
tell.
story.
I haven't really done much lately.
Doesn't do lately. Just be average. Tell us the story.
you know, that's the good thing about Destiny is it's so repetitive that I can easily talk to you guys and not really be too distracted.
I can't play a game.
Well, I could probably tell you a story and get freaking cursed out by Green.
What?
No, I can tell you a story about something that happened while I was
Okay.
a kid, but I would
do it.
rather not.
You already brought it up.
I would
Nope.
rather
You just brought it
not.
up, man. You shouldn't have brought it up. Now you gotta tell it. Were you touched?
Okay.
Did Jared from Subway touch you?
Yes, Jared from Subway did touch me.
Do you say $5 foot long as you reach for your black wiener?
It's like,
So what happened?
no, it was just when I was a little kid. I'm not sure. I think I figured out about, sex but before everyone else. Probably not sex, but technically, like, I guess what a slut is, probably.
Okay.
And the thing about this is, I was like 8.
This
Years
is getting
old.
better.
So
Go
I was okay, I was a little kid. Like a little kid. This is like, I said I was 8. This is some weird shit right here. Okay, this is like extra weird. The thing that happened was I was a little kid, and like my mom was, a church person, so she was taking us to, church or whatever.
I'm sorry.
And just don't, just forget that.
It's pretty
And,
traumatizing, man, going to church.
The thing, no, the thing about it was like there was this little girl. I mean, this girl in there. And, I'm 8, and like I have no idea how old she was, but she was most likely about the same age as me. But yeah, like I was saying, this is a girl, and she was. I think she watched too much stuff on TV, or she figured out what the frick to do with things before anyone else in the freaking.
So, are you telling me that this story is for the pedophiles out
In
there?
No, it's not for the pedophiles. It's just, I mean, if the pedophiles listen, that's their prerogative.
If a pedophile is going to listen to the rest of the story, would they enjoy the rest of the story? Okay, we'll
Probably.
continue.
Probably. The thing was, okay, like she, I don't know, remember if I was playing with her back then or something. I can't remember, but we were like sitting like in the, the little long chairs or whatever in the seats,
Pews?
and I'm 8. I have no idea what the hell's going on here. So I'm just rolling with the flow, you'd say, and she grabs my hand and sticks it up her skirt. And she knew what she was doing.
Okay.
Because she started using my hand to rub her fucking young, whatever the hell you have that there, whether you're that
I can't believe
age.
this is on our podcast now.
And I don't know what the freak is going on. I'm just sitting there. I'm just going with it because I have no idea what this is, what's going down, because I'm 8 and I'm clueless. So, and it's like we were just doing that, and uh, we actually wound up taking it to the hallway. Like I had to go pee, so I'm like, I told my mom I gotta go pee, and we, we
Funnel, this is what we get.
like I went downstairs and she followed me. Hey, this is what you get. You asked. You asked for
Yeah, I asked
something
for you
like
to
this, that you're
contribute.
gonna
And
get it.
look what the fuck happened.
Hey, you asked for the contributing. I'm contributing. Am I not? Am I not?
Sure.
And well, as you probably would guess, then well, you probably could figure the rest of the story.
No, I can't.
No, I'm stupid and ignorant. Wow.
Oh,
Ignorant.
well, I
Hey,
didn't
Daryl,
really.
let's get to the
You know,
climax.
I don't even think. I don't even think at a kid you can have sex. I don't even think at 8 you can
I'm
have
pretty sure
sex.
boys
I'm
are
not sure.
fertile the second they leave the womb. So
I don't even think when freaking if she was an 8-year-old girl, I don't even think she has a fucking. I don't fucking know freaking
well, she
biologically when you're
followed
kids.
you.
I
What
don't
the fuck
freaking pay
happened
attention
after
to
that?
that
So
shit.
you would go to pee and she followed you.
Yeah, and basically it just went from hands up skirts to
I don't know.
pulling off dresses, pulling off skirts, and yeah, let's just go that far and just leave it there. It's about as far as I want this story to go. And this is all a true story, so but I don't want this story to go any further than that.
Well, that's.
Gerald
I
did
mean, I
nasty.
fucking well. Pedophiles ever find this fucking podcast? I mean, they're gonna love this.
Hey, we were kids. I was a kid. I had no idea what the frick was going on. I was clueless. That girl was a
I
slut.
cannot believe
She was an
this. This
8-year-old
was supposed to
slut.
be the podcast Christmas, like the Christmas podcast.
You
No, we passed
asked.
that a long
You
time
asked.
ago.
You asked. I didn't want
You
to
said
tell, but
there's a
you
story from your
asked.
childhood. I'm
You
like,
asked.
it's a Christmas
It's
podcast.
your fault.
Like maybe there's a really cool toy you fucking got, or like when you found out that Santa wasn't real.
No. No. No.
Dude,
No.
you're
No. 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 You know the type of. You know most of my stories have a bad ending.
I didn't fucking think that you're getting the clunge at 8 years old. I'm sorry, dude. When I was 8 years old, I was playing fucking Halo.
When I was 8 years old, I was.
Then again, I'm 22 years old. And
Yeah.
I'm still playing.
Okay.
Halo. I think I'm doing it wrong. You know, and the thing is like we're getting around that time to wrap up, and I don't know what the fuck to do because we cannot end on that. We cannot end on this.
Sure we can.
Daryl, what's a gift that you will always remember that you got for Christmas?
What's a gift that I've ever got? That like you said, the best gift
I mean,
I've
it
ever
could
gotten
be
for
the best,
Christmas.
or just one that you always gonna remember. It's just a really good gift.
A really good gift I've gotten for Christmas. I would probably have to say.
Don't hurt yourself.
Being a kid and the first time I've ever gotten. I've
First time
had
you
a
got fucking
64
pussy at
before,
church.
but. No! No, okay? I didn't know what was going on. I was clueless. Okay?
God.
I had no idea.
I hate my life. So a gift.
I was clueless. I was a young man being
It sounds like
sexually
it sounds like
assaulted.
you got fucking molested by another kid. Anyways, a
Well,
gift.
technically,
A gift.
in the terms of Bright Man, yes, I did get molested by a kid. Like,
Is that the fucking title of this week's podcast? Daryl gets molested.
yeah,
So what was a
I
gift
don't
that you
know.
got at Christmas?
Probably. The first time I had a PlayStation before I actually had a Nintendo 64. So the first time I got a PlayStation, that would probably be it. Because like the first time I got one, I was like so happy, dude. Like, you freaking get that freaking system, and you're like, oh my god,
You know,
oh my
how
god.
many PlayStation 2s my family went through? Dude, we went through at least 5
Nah,
or
PlayStation,
6.
PlayStation. Like
Well,
the
I'm
first
saying.
time, like, dude, because I've only had like Genesis and Dreamcast
Yeah, I've had all
and
those.
freaking.
But when it got time for PlayStation 2,
Yeah.
and we had that, my sister would like to play, and that's not the problem here, you know. The problem is that she wouldn't understand that the controller would only stretch so far out of like the entertainment center. And I don't know how many times we bought new PlayStations because she fucking broke them all. Every single one of them. Every PlayStation 2 we've ever owned, she broke them all. We went through at least 5 or 6 of them. She broke every one. And on top of that, she also probably deleted my memory card at least a fucking dozen times. Which, as a kid, is the worst thing ever. Especially if you're like me and you like to play Dynasty Warriors, where like the whole object of that game is to like rank up every single fucking character all the way and unlock all their weapons. And there's like fucking 50 fucking characters in that game. And when you're like almost finished and then that bitch fucking wipes it away, you get super pissed. In conclusion, my sister's a cunt. Megan, if you ever listen to this,
Then
fucking
you go on a
fuck
murderous
you, you're a
rampage.
twat. How about you, Funnel? What's a gift that you'll always remember from Christmas?
I remember being younger. I actually got this like stuffed gorilla thing. And it was probably about 3 times the size of me at that
Did you
point.
take it to church and have it
I was
touch you?
actually small at one point. But that thing, I don't know. I had it for a few years.
Funnel.
And
I can't
What?
picture you as a kid. I just picture like a smaller version of you. I cannot process you as a kid. I just think of you as
No, he pictures Satan
no. I
himself.
picture like Funnel and all of his like extremely manly hairiness just being smaller, like a 3-foot.
I was a kid once.
So
A 30-foot gorilla.
Anyways, yeah,
It's
so-
like a 3-foot
you
gorilla.
had a gorilla
Just
that
like-
was fucking huge, tiny little funnel.
Yeah, it was. But I just remember that thing being like my guardian when I slept. Like a lot of kids that need like night lights and shit like that. As long as I
Yeah,
had
my
gorilla, I was
childhood
cool.
story beats all y'all's.
I don't know. We're not going back.
I was talking about the fucking situation that he was asking you about, not fucking if I fingered a little girl when I was younger.
No, I'm talking about
Jesus.
just childhood stories in general.
He was asking what the favorite fucking Christmas gift was.
Not if you finger.
I'm
fuck a
talking
little
about that was
girl.
my favorite Christmas gift too. I'm just playing.
Jesus.
I didn't know. I was a little kid myself. I was like, hey,
You know,
things were happening.
you know, Daryl,
was
I actually have a
clueless.
question about that. Is like, you know how like all people have like that list that they go through of like all the people they've ever like slept with, and you.
You
So
said
you know how
what?
like, people have that list of like you got the list of like all the people you slept with, all the girls you got to, like second base. And
I know
third
people
base.
got that. Yeah,
Do you
what about?
count this one as like getting to like third base or whatever?
Oh hell no. Oh hell no. I don't count that at any base. That's not even in my daggone list. That's not even in the list
Well, why not?
vocabulary. That's just some shit that
I
happened.
mean,
Because it was something that happened that was weird. I didn't know what was going on. I was like a little kid.
Is this
Like,
why girls gross you out now when you like guys?
technically, yes. I'm just like, I don't like guys.
So you don't like me?
I don't like guys. Yes, I like you, but not like that.
What do you mean not like that?
Not like that.
Are you breaking up with me this close to Christmas?
Yes, I am.
What's up?
I'm sorry, it's just not working out between us.
You know, this one's not a Christmas gift. This one was actually given to me on my most recent birthday. My grandma gave me a picture.
What was?
I'm talking about my gift now, you fuck ass.
No, I said, what was it?
I was getting to that.
No, you weren't.
Jesus. I don't want to fucking tell you now. I don't know. I don't know if
Tell me.
it's definitely not
Because
the best
you
gift
love
I've
me.
ever gotten. It's just, I know it's going to be one that I always remember. And this is like a birthday one. Is that, this actually my most recent birthday. My grandma gave me a picture of my mom and my father before they had me. And that was fucking weird. Because I never met my father. And I still don't know how I feel about that picture. So I got a little real, didn't it?
Yep.
I was talking about how Daryl finger fucked a little girl.
Nah!
I think this is at the point where we
You
just
did
need
it,
to
not
end this.
us.
I think we're done at this point. So much for the Christmas
Yeah, I
podcast.
think we're done too.
Just real fast? Do you guys have a tree in your house right now? Fallen, do you have a tree in your house?
Ours is getting built.
Getting built.
I actually
Fake one.
really soon. Up. Yeah, we didn't ever put it up. I mean,
So you don't have a tree?
yeah, we have a tree. We just haven't put it up.
So it's just like there with nothing on it?
No, okay. There's two types of Christmas trees. There's the ones you buy from the store, and then there's the ones you go cut down.
Okay, so real or artificial?
We don't use real Christmas trees. Artificial.
Okay, so you have an artificial tree,
And it's
but
not
you didn't set it up.
constructed yet.
Are you so then the
No.
fucking answer to the question is no. Funnel, what about you?
Technically, that's not the answer to the question.
Hey, we got an artificial
Yeah, so do
one.
we.
I prefer a real one,
Yeah,
but
same.
our dogs would eat the fuck out of it.
You know what? Actually, I got another one. Is my Aunt Loretta, before she died of cancer, yeah, getting real again. She gave me a fiber optic Christmas tree. This thing's fucking ages old. It's just like little. It's probably like maybe 2 feet tall. And she gave that to me, and I set it up almost every year. And that's a pretty good gift. I like that. I'm not usually a happy person around the holidays.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Let's go back to finger fucking like little girls and shit and Daryl's
No!
weird sexual history.
Like I said, it was a story that it's just a tale from my childhood that happened to me, okay? Everybody has at least one really, really awkward story that has happened to them at least once. If you don't, then, well, I guess you just keep out of really weird situations, don't you?
I think we're done. So, check us out on YouTube, Assorted Wares. Feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. In the comments down below, tell us what your favorite gift from Christmas was, or one that you'll always remember. Also, feel free to answer the hypothetical question that we posed. On top of that, feel free to post any hypothetical questions that you may have in the comments. Check us out on Facebook and on Twitter at Assorted Wares. Tweet at us, message us, whatever. Just post status, do social network things. We have a new Let's Play coming out every Saturday. We have a podcast uploaded every Thursday. And don't worry, we're getting back on the weekly track of things. So, look out for that. And then if we have any extra videos added in between, that's just like little gifts for you guys. I feel like I'm missing something, but I really don't care anymore. We're done. I think this is the longest podcast we've done, guys. So we broke a record talking about how Daryl got molested in church. Daryl, this is actually the first time I've heard a molesting story at church that didn't involve a fucking Catholic priest. So, man.
Well, Catholic police ain't always involved. So.
Yeah.
We hand that to you, Catholic police. You don't always fuck up.
Yeah. So, Daryl, that's like the first ever. That's the first I've ever heard of someone getting molested in a church, and it wasn't by a Catholic priest. By the way, Merry Christmas, everybody. The Jews already said Happy Hanukkah last podcast, so fuck yourselves. When is when's Kwanzaa? When's that one? Well, happy Kwanzaa, I guess. We'll just throw that in there. And then in the comments down below, tell us whatever the fuck Kwanzaa is and what people do for it. And other things, because I have no idea.
Have fun with your make-believe religion.
Funnel, you believe in a fucking flying spaghetti monster, so fuck off.
Exactly. The real Jesus.
Anyways, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you one more time before the year ends. And that's all we got, so goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Jingle bells, Keely smells, Funnel stabbed a guy. Austin says, eat my ass, and Zach doesn't know why. Jingle bells, Keely smells, Shane is really chilled. Funnel screamed Poop City, and Crumb's boner is killed.